Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Malaysia for round number 4 of the Formula Europe Championship. We are now in the main straight, with the DRS open, ready to launch ourselves into this interpretation lap. In turn 1 we have to brake at the 100 meter board, and then in second gear keep the car as close to the curb as possible, preparing ourselves for the following hairpin bend, which has to be made keeping the back end of the car very stable to get a good traction into the following corner. In the first corner of the second sector, we have to brake a little bit after the 100 meter board and then, in third gear, avoid spinning on the following acceleration. Then we are downhill into this long left corner, followed by a right one, where it's very easy to go wide. We then have a double apex right corner, very tricky, because if you go too wide on the outside you will lose a lot of time. Then we have a left hairpin bend, where it's very convenient to sacrifice something in the entrance to get a good launch into the following acceleration. Then we have to brake in a very tricky way, because this right corner is blind. And then we are downhill, flat out into this left corner, approaching the most difficult turn of the track, turn 13. Here it is very important to partialize the brake, avoiding lockups, and then to get a good traction into the straight, where we can activate the DRS. For the last turn we have to brake after the 100 meter board, and then, in third gear, touch the apex late in the turn, to get a good traction into the main straight, where we can activate the DRS again and finish this lap.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sepang, near to Kuala Lumpur. This is going to be the fourth race of the Formula Europe Championship 2016. The qualifying session is underway right now, and we're gonna have plenty of action in a few minutes, but before the drivers will begin to set some time on our timetable, I'm going to introduce to you the guys that will be with me tonight. So I'm starting with the broadcast director. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bandicoot92.
Good evening.
Alongside with me, there's also gonna be tonight Gianluca. Welcome.
Good evening.
And as a race director tonight, we are going to have, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lopensky.
Good evening to all.
And Jim Aresi is just now crossing the finish line. He is going to be the first driver that will try to set a fast time. And in the meantime, Alexander just left the session, so he may have some problem with his internet connection, because he lost the connection with the lobby and he's out by now. It's a 23.4, the first sector for Jim Aresi, and he's Sauber. Let's see what the other drivers are doing right now. There is Stig with his McLaren, but he is on medium tires. There's Danix. Then the Simpele with his Force India, he is already on the soft tires. I remember that in this race Pirelli have brought the soft tires, the soft tires, the medium tires, and the hard tires. So we're gonna have yellow, white, and orange compound tonight here in Kuala Lumpur. 40 minutes and a half till the end of the session, and Alonso for F1 Simu set a good first sector. It's a 23.4, pretty fast. Then 32.1 in the second sector, but Aresi is faster than him with a 31.9. Let's see what Aresi is going to do. Is cross the finish line. It's a 1:34.1, and this is the first time we set on our timetable. Let's see what the other drivers will is going to do. There is Davidos with the Mercedes that is just near to the last corner. And Magic won 34.5. He's 4 tenths lower than the time set by Aresi, but look out because he's on medium tires. He's on medium tires also Davidos that with his Mercedes set a 1:36.6. He is far from the pole position. He is 2 seconds point 4, almost 2 seconds and a half away. 30 minutes to go and there is still Stig on track, 23.8 in the first sector, 32.3 in the second sector. I do believe he's going to be third, and yes it is, he's third. It's a 1:35.2, 1 second away from the provisional pole position time set by Jim Aresi. The Zimpele 1:56, pretty slower lap for the Zimpele. Let's see if he's going to try a new fast lap. He's on the second lap on these tires.
Janso in his last turn is now
Yamzo 23.5. Let's see, it's a 1:34.7 that puts him into third on the soft tires, half a second away from the pole position. By now, Aresi have the record in all the 3 sectors of the track, 23.4 in the first sector, 31.9 in the second, and 38.7 in the third. Alonso is not completing his lap. There is F1 Racing Binox on track, soft tires for the Red Bull of the F1 Racing driver. There's also Adeo with his Renault on track. He's on his out lap. Even Alex is on his out lap. He chooses the medium tires for the Sauber drivers. Creed 27 on track. He's the other drivers for F1 Italian team tonight. Danix first sector, it's 30.0, a pretty high first sector for the Sauber. For the Toro Rosso, excuse me, and it's also a pretty high second sector, so I do believe that he will go back to the pit in this lap to change his tires when there are still 11 minutes to go till the end of the session. So the standing after 7 minutes says that Aresi is leading the pace with 1:34.1, and Yemzo with the soft tires and the record in the third sector set a 1:34.3, just 1 tenth lower than Aresi, and he is now on second place with his Force India. But I remember to you that Yemzo have done 2 consecutive laps on this soft tire, so I don't know if these tires are gonna be enough good for the first stint of the race.
Yeah, but anyway, Yamzo, the first of the 2 laps he did, it was like 22 seconds away from the pole position.
Yeah.
So I don't think the
slow
tires
lap.
are. Yeah, I don't think he was too much tires.
We're taking a look at the Creed 27. He's pretty on the same league of Aresi in the first sector with a 23.4, so we are following the F1 Italian team drivers. 32.2 in the second sector. He loses 3/10 of a second in the second sector, so he's 3/10 from Aresi. With this time, he should be just a bit of ahead of his teammate F1 Italian Magic that is provisionally in third place.
Meanwhile, F1 Racing Binox has set the fastest time on the first sector.
Yes, fastest time in the first sector, but was not enough in the second sector with a 32.1. He lost 2/10 of a second, but it's enough to put him on pole with a 1:34.180. And Creed 27, Creed 27 with a great third sector set the pole position just 14 cents of a second faster than Binox. So Creed 27 is on provisional pole, Binox second, and now with a 1:34.4, Adeo puts puts his Renault into 5th place, 2/10 of a second away from the provisional pole. 36.7 for Alex with the medium tires is actually in P11, and Danny 92 23.3 set the fastest first sector, same as his teammate. But let's see what he is going to do in the second sector. Yes, it's a very good lap. It's a very good lap with a 31.9 in the second sector. He is pretty fast, but let's see if he's going to be able to compete with a great third sector set by Creed 27. Was a 38.4 by Creed 27 against the 38.6 of Binox. DRS open for Danny 92, now approaching the last corner of the track. He's exiting the last corner right now. Let's see what he's going to do. It is going to be enough to be on pole. Yes, he does! He's the first man to beat the wall of the minute 34 with 1:33.9. Set the records in the first and second sector, but not in the third sector. He lost 2/10 of a second in the third sector, so Creed 27 was pretty fast. Aresi 1:33.8. It's the new time to beat if you want to be on pole. Record in the second sector for Aresi and his Sauber. It's a very high competition right here, and now I do believe that Magic has exited the pit, and yes, he's on soft tires. He already set a time. Alonso, excuse me. Alonso, 1:34.0. He is 2/10 away from the pole position, and he is third with Davidos with 1:35.8 and the soft tires. That he is now on P12.
Magic returns to the box. So
Magic
I think
to the pit?
he made a big mistake in the third sector, because T1 and T2 were 1/10 away for the pole position.
So I do believe that he's going to have only one new train of soft tires to try to catch the pole position. F1 Italia Magic is actually the fastest driver on the grid with the medium tires. He's on P8, 7/10 of a second away from the pole position with a 1:34.5. He was able to set during the Master League a 1:33.3. So we have to be careful, because if he's going to set that kind of time, the other drivers will be it will be very, very hard for the other drivers to beat that kind of time. So let's see what he's going to do when we still have 6 minutes to the end of this qualifying session, and Aresi is leading the group in front of Danny 92. Then we have Alonso and Creed 27. Fifth place for Binox, 6th is Yamzo, then Adeo, Magic, Alexander, Desimpele, Stig, Denix, Davidos, THC driver, Alex, and we have Sabo now on track with a 23.8 in the first sector. His McLaren is on medium tires right now, so maybe he's trying to set a time with these tires. And if he's going to end in the top 10, he will be able to start with a harder compound than the soft, or he will be out of the top 10 and he will be able to choose every kind of tire he wants for the start. 33.5 in the second sector for Sabo is a pretty high time. No one set a 33-second time in the second sector.
Right now we have only 5 cars in the track, so the last minute will be a very high number of cars trying to get a good lap.
And the Mercedes of THC driver, he's heading back on track right now. He have a Ferrari right in front of him, and I do believe that the Ferrari is the one of Magic. Yes, Magic is trying one more time to set his time with the soft tires. Remember, this is going to be the last train of soft tire for the F1 Italian team driver, Magic. Magic that was pretty unlucky in the last race last month in Budapest, as he was starting from the pole position. He lost a couple of positions at the start. He was fourth, and then he had a couple of incidents that unfortunately let him fall down.
Some time. Yeah.
So Magic is ready to go. He crossed the finish line right now, and he began his lap. Let's see what's he going to do. Huge break for the first corner, and there's a little bit of traffic right in front of the Ferrari. The Toro Rosso and the other Ferrari puts out of the way. And let's see the first sector for Magic. What's it going to be? It's a 23.4, just a bit slower than the pole position. That it's a 23.3, is less than 1 tenth away from the pole. And look at how much traffic Magic had in front of him. A Red Bull getting out of the way right now. There is also a Renault of F1 Simu.
Yeah, now we have 15 cars on the track, so traffic will be a thing.
Let's see the second sector. Wow, look at this! 31.8. He's head-to-head with Aresi for the pole position. Let's see what's gonna happen. The Renault puts also out of the race line. It's a penultimate corner for Magic, a little bit wide in the exit. Let's see if at the end of this lap this is going to cost to him the pole position. DRS open and then the brake really hard for the last corner. Ready to the exit. Is it going to be enough to get the pole position? It's not enough. 134.0. He is third. 0.173 from the pole. It's not enough. And let's see, there's gonna be plenty of action in these last 2 minutes of qualifying session. So many drivers on track.
Stig is trying to get a fast lap. He got a 23.5 at the first sector and 31.8 at the second, so he is very close to the pole position now.
Danny 92, 23.4 in the first sector. There's much traffic also for the Red Bull driver. Aresi, the first sector, 23.2. Such an amazing first sector for Aresi. He is going to try to improve himself.
And he's second place.
And he's second place. Second place for Stig.
33.9 for him.
Danny 92. It's a 31.8 in the second sector. Such a plenty of action in this final second of the qualifying session here in Sepang. Let's see what Aresi is going to do. 32.2 in the second sector. He lost everything again in the first sector.
Danny has the slipstream of his teammate for the last sector.
Oh, look at this! He is trying to gain everything that he has. The last corner right now. Is it going to be enough? He is right now in third place. Not enough. 34.1. He didn't even improve himself.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of oversteer in the last corner, and I think
Adeo is fifth. Just wow, just 13 cents of a second from Magic. 134.0. He is fifth, and Alonso 33.9 that put himself in fourth place. So this is going to be an amazing race. And Yamzo, look at this, 23.3, 31.2. Yamzo is doing something amazing. This is going to be an amazing battle. Let's see if Yamzo is going to be able to improve himself. He's right on the finish line, and he's second. And he is second. The Force India of Yamzo, after a great race in Budapest, is on the first row. So Here's the standing at the end of the qualifying with Aresi on pole position in front of Yemzo. Then in second row we're gonna have Stig and Danny 92 followed by Alonso and Magic, then Adeo, Creed 27, Binox, Alexander, Desimpere, Alex in P12, Denix in 13th place, Davidos, THC driver and Sabo. So we just gonna have a real short commercial break just before we heading back to the race. So a little commercial break and then we're gonna go back right here live from Sepang and for the race. And we're back live from Kuala Lumpur for the fourth race of the 2016 Formula Europe Championship. Formation lap on the way. And here is the grid of the race. So Aresi in pole position in front of the Red Bull of F1 Racing Binox. Then we have Yamzo and Stig in the second row. Danny 92 and Alonso in 5th and 6th place. Magic, the first F1 Italian team driver on grid, is in 7th place, followed by Adeo of F1 Simu. Then Creed 27 with the other Ferrari. Alexander Desimpele, Alex, Denix 9210. Davidos, THC driver in 15th place, and then in 16th with the McLaren, we're gonna have Sabo 1004. So the cars are going back to the grid. We are approaching the start of the fourth race of the championship. We're beginning right here tonight the second half of this championship, a championship that is actually led by F1 Italian team that is leading the championship with 91 points, followed by followed by F1 Simu. But we are ready to go. The lights are about to go on, and it's 1, 2, 3 lights, 4 lights, and we're almost ready to go. Lights out! Lights out in Malaysia, and the cars are on the way with a 2-run of the Simu drivers with a very good start. Taking a look also at the two Ferrari with Aresi fighting wheel to wheel for the lead with Denix, with Binox, sorry. Binox got the inside right now, and Aresi maintaining the lead out of the first corner. Aresi, then Yamzo, Danny 92. There are so many fights right here, and Magic.
Danny crashed into Binox.
Oh yeah, and Magic
he lost a piece of wing.
So he's maybe going to be back to the pit at the end of this lap.
Yeah, he is in difficulty.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a Renault going out of the track. So we have Aresi leading the race, then Binox, Yamzo, Danny 92, Alonso, Magic, Alexander, and all the others, but the group is still fighting. In this first lap, Aresi is immediately trying to pull away the gap from the others. So the situation is...
And then he's causing some troubles to the drivers following him because he's going slowly. But Alonso isn't able to overtake, so they're stuck.
They are losing enough time, but I'm sure, as I told you before, that Danny is going to return to the pit at the end of this lap. He can't do anything else. Yep. And yes, as you're seeing, he's going back to the pit, so... I don't want to tell that his race has been ruined with the contact, but he maybe have to hope of a safety car or something else. Anyway, the weather forecast say that maybe in the second half of the race we're gonna have some rain, and the Danny 92 is going on hard tires. And let's see what's happening right in the first position with Aresi pulling away the gap on Binox. He's already gained a 1.6 advantage. Then we have Yenzo third, Alonso is fourth, and Magic is fifth. Now at the end of this lap, we're gonna have a better, clear idea of which is going to be the pace of the different drivers on track. We're gonna have a 56 lap tonight here in Kuala Lumpur. And let's take a look in the fight for the 6th position, because Alexander is leading the group ahead of Creed 27, Stig. And there is also Adeo. We have 4 cars next to each other. Even Magic is pretty close to the rear wing of the Renault of Alonso.
Alonso and Magic this lap have gained a lot.
Yeah, they gain a lot on Yamzo. They already catch Yamzo with his 4C, and Magic try to go on the inside in the last corner, but he was too far to complete the maneuver. Aresi, and there's a Renault, it's maybe Adeo in the pit right now. Let's take a look. I saw, yes, it's Adeo. It's Adeo. I don't see if he have his front wing damage for an impact or something like that. He is going on hard tires. Same choice.
Attention to Alonso, trying to overtake Genzo.
Yeah, they are fighting very hard. And yes, Alonso overtake Yamzo. Magic on the outside, trying to overtake Yamzo too, and he got it. He got the inside right now, and he completely overtake on Yamzo. Such a brilliant maneuver for the F1 Italian team drivers. So Alonso and Magic are both overtake the Force India of Yamzo, and now let's see if they're going to be able to catch the Red Bull of Binox. And Creed 27 is 6th. Creed 27 just overtake Alexander in the first corner of the 3rd lap. So let's see which is the pace of the drivers, with Aresi pulling away the gap. He is lapping on a 138.2 in this lap against the 38.9 of Binox, 38.2 for Alonso, and 38.2 for Magic 2. So the Ferrari and the Renault driver are pretty fast in this first part of the race. They are on the same pace of the race leader. And the Resi again, let's see, in this lap he set a 138.7, 39.2 for Binox, 38.6 for Magic, 38.8 for Alonso.
Magic is not third, he overtook Alonso in turn 1.
Yes, and Magic grabbed, so with that, Magic grabbed the 3rd place. And he is now right in the back
of the Red Bull. There was a little contact between Genzo and Alonso in turn 1, and Genzo now is a little behind.
And we also have to be careful to the drivers who are now on different compounds, because we have Desimpele that is on hard tires, same as Alex. They are both on the hard tires. Sabo is on medium tires, and Stig is on soft tires. So Desimpele is really struggling right now. He's facing the attack of the Mercedes of THC driver. There is also Alex with the Sauber right in the back of the Mercedes driver. And Alonso is losing a bit from Magic, and the Ferrari of Magic is right in the back of the Red Bull. He already opened the DRS. Let's see if he's going to be able to overtake. He go right in the inside line, but he go back right in the center. And now again with the DRS, Magic 137.8 set the race fastest lap, and he's now trying to overtake Binox, and yes, he got it. Yes, he got it. Magic is on 2nd place right now. Such a great race start from Magic. He was only P7 at the start, and after 5 laps, he is already P2. He gained 5 positions in 4 laps.
And now
Johnson lost another position.
Yeah, lost the position to Cree. So
And Cree is now
fifth.
fifth. Yeah,
Alexander
and
is very close to Yamzo.
Yeah, Yamzo have to be careful behind him because Alexander is pretty close, and there is also Stig with the McLaren right in the back of them. Now let's see if Aresi have still something to give with his pace, or if it's enough, because Magic, yes, he was out by the DRS, but he's had a pretty fast lap. The last lap of Aresi was a
Magic is gaining time. He gained 2/10 in the second sector.
2/10 in the second sector and 3/10.
He's going wide in turn 14. So I think he lost half of a second.
Oh, look at Yamzo, he's trying with the DRS to attack again, Cree 27. The Yamzo go on the inside, and there's also Stig trying to overtake Alexander. And Yamzo complete the maneuver. He still have the DRS, but Cree 27 is trying to don't lose much contact from the Force India. And this quartet is pretty hot right now.
Alonso on the outside in turn 1 with a beautiful overtake,
and,
but they still saw side by side. Yeah. He didn't get
Binox countered the maneuver of the F1 Simu driver, and he maintained the third place.
And so Cree and Yamzo are side by side. And
in the last lap, Magic have gained only 1/10 of a second on RSC with a 38.7 against the 38.8 of RSC. He is now not so far from the leader. He is 2.5 seconds from the first position held by RSC. Binox is in third with the Renault of Alonso right in his back. You can see clearly the shape of the Renault in his rear mirrors. And now it seems that Cree 27 have pulled away a little bit more gap from Yamzo, and Stig is now in 7th place. Stig have overtake Alexander. He is now on 7th. And let's see if he's going to be able to attack the Force India of Yamzo too.
Alonso overtook Binox.
Alonso overtook Binox, but let's see if Binox is going to be able to regain the third place. He tried to go on the inside. There's not enough space right there, and Binox stays behind the Renault of Alonso that complete the maneuver and reach P3 right now on lap 7. Magic is gaining again to Aresi. He's 2.2. Yes, 2.2. He gained 3/10 of a second in the last lap of Aresi.
Yeah, and Stig and Yamzo had a little contact, and they lost 5 or 6 seconds both. And now Stig is ahead.
A lot of time. They lost a lot of time. And looking at the back of them, there is Impele with the hard tires. He was struggling a little bit in the first lap, and he almost lost his car. You have Alex, they are both on hard tires. And as I told you before, the weather forecast will be very important, as we have reported that we may have some rain in the second half of the race. And you know that here in Malaysia, usually the rain came down like a monsoon, not like a common rain. Oh, and Yamzo almost lost the rear of his car at the exit of turn 13. And he lost the contact from the McLaren of Stig.
Yeah, and Magic is closing to Aresi very fast, because he's already under the 2 seconds gap.
Well, Magic gained again another 3/10 of a second in his lap, and he is now 1.8 seconds away from Aresi. The F1 Italian team driver is doing a great job right now.
Alex and Desimpele. They made contact.
There was a contact between Alex and Desimpele.
They
And
lost a lot of time.
Davidos take care of this situation, because these two drivers are on the hardest compound. So it means that they're gonna surely have a compound that will last long as all the others.
And the Zimpele broke his wing. Is now very slow in the track. Yeah, and that's a shame because it was with the hardest compound. So
yeah, that completely compromised the strategy.
Yeah.
Magic is pretty on the same time of Aresi in this lap. He's still 1.9 second from the leader. Let's see if he's gonna gain something more in the third sector. He was 1.8 at the end of this lap. Let's see the new gap is 2.1. So in this lap it was Aresi who gained 0.3 of a second on Magic.
And I think also Alonso is pretty on the same pace of the first two drivers, because he isn't losing time.
Alonso set a 1:38.6 in the last lap. That was a pretty competitive time compared with Aresi that set a 38.5. The slower of the first three drivers in this lap was Magic with 38.8.
Yeah. Now we have a pretty good fight between Yamzo and Stig.
Yamzo is still trying to regain the position, the 7th place, from the hands of Stig, that is now 7 with the soft tires and his McLaren. Stig, that is a usually very fast driver in the qualifying, but during the race he lost something. It seems like he don't have that competitive pace that the other drivers have. He's pretty fast in the hot lap, but during the race he still have maybe something to learn from the others. Anyway, we are talking about some of the best drivers that come from all over Europe. We have drivers from different sides. We have 3 Italian sides, 1 from France, 2 from Poland, 1 from England. And we also have drivers coming from so many different countries. We have Italy, France, Denmark, so many countries. And there's a Mercedes going in the box. It seems like it's maybe Davidos. Yeah,
yep.
It's Davidos. Davidos is heading back to the pit. And let's see which tire is going to choose. And he's going on a hard tire, so it seems like everyone is choosing the same compounds after their pit stop.
Yeah.
Yamzo still in the back of the McLaren on Stig there, pretty close. In this lap, Magic and Aresi were pretty on the same pace. Magic gained just 1/10 of a second. It was let me check, a 38.8 for Aresi, 38.6, no, 2/10 of a second gain from Magic. Alonso 38.8, so now in this lap Magic was the fastest driver, comparing the pace of the first 3 drivers in the standings right now. And there is also Creed 27. Let's see if he is faster than Binox. 38.9 in the last lap compared to a 39.3 of Binox. That is the slower driver in the first 5 position. But I saw a car going inside, and it's Ferrari. It's Creed 27 returning to the pit.
Also Stig and Yamzo.
Also Stig and Yamzo, so let's see what Creed 27 is going to choose. And it's hard tires also for Creed 27. So as I told you before, it seems like all the drivers are choosing the same compounds for their pit stop. It's just like if they are they are choosing this compound to try to stay as long as they can on track, waiting for the rain.
Yep. Yep.
So let's check in the situation. In the first position as Aresi set a 38.6, a pretty slow time for Magic in this lap. It was a 39.3 compared to the also 39.2 for Alonso.
Problems for Genzo.
Yamzo has some problem. Let's see what's happening to his car. No, it's, I don't know. Did you see what happened?
He had a problem exiting from a turn and
okay.
lose the car and went out
He
of
lost
the
his
track.
car.
Yes.
It's gone.
Okay. And Magic is going in the pit too, so the two F1 Italian team drivers are on the same strategy right now. And there's also Alonso in the pit, hard tires for Magic. Let's see if Alonso is going to try something different. Everyone is going on the hard tires.
Binocq on the medium. Yep.
I don't know. That is going to be a pretty interesting choice, because if the rain is going to hit the track before the medium tires will lose their performance, well, that is going to be a pretty good choice for Binocq. But I do believe that we're gonna have rain far than the second half of the race.
It's now pretty sunny the sky, so I don't think rain will come soon.
And Magic will have some problems because he have Alex right in front of him with the same tires he have. And as you know, the hard tire
of Aresi,
and is the teammate of Aresi, so I'm sure that Alex is going to try to defend his position as hard as he can to let Magic stay behind him.
Yeah.
And to help his teammate. And let's see if Aresi is going to go back to the pit. I think he have to gain advantage from this situation. Yes, he returned to the pit. And let's see which kind of tires he's about to put on. He go back to the pit on lap 13.
Now Magic, side by side. And a pretty easy move.
Yeah. Magic is second, and Aresi, green light for him. He's now rejoining the track. Let's see where Magic is going to be.
Oh, it's close.
Let's see if they're going to be side by side. No. Oh, they are pretty close. They're pretty close. Magic is right in the back of the Sauber, and they are on the same tires. Same strategy, same tires, and Magic is right there. He also gained more than a second, so I do believe that if Magic doesn't have the traffic of Alex in his exit lap, he may be in front of Aresi after the pit stop of the leader.
For sure.
So Magic is very, very close right now. It's gonna be a tough fight for the leadership here in Sepang. Aresi is struggling.
Alonso lost a second and a half during the
Magic trying. Sorry, Magic trying on the inside, but it's not enough. It's going to be a pretty tough battle right here. And we also don't have to forget that Alex is the teammate of Aresi, and he is anyway not so far away from the F1 Italian team driver.
He is now third, and I think he can do a 10 lap more with his tires. Magic is preparing the attack.
It's pretty close right now. Let's see if Magic will try to overtake Aresi. That goes all on the inside. Magic goes on the outside. Let's see if it's going to be an up there side by side in the first corner with Magic in the outside. He's gonna have the inside line right now. Let's see if Varese will have a better traction out. They're still pretty close, but it seems like Magic is trying to catch the lead. He goes on the inside right now, and yes, Aresi, they're still side by side. Aresi goes wide, and there was a contact between the tires of these two drivers, but Magic gets the lead of the race on Aresi.
And Binox overtook Alonso. So now we
Yeah,
have Binox
Binox
with medium
regained
tires.
third place on Alonso.
No, it's fourth because there's Alex.
Excuse
in
me,
third.
fourth, because there is Alex in third, and the Creed 27 is not
wait.
far from the leaders. He's 5.1 second away. Behind him we have Alexander in 7 that is fighting with Adeo, and they have Danny 92 in 9, Sabo in 10th position. He started from the bottom of the grid. Stig 11 in 12th, Yamzo in 13th place, Davidos 14th for THC driver F1, and in 15th place Desim Pele. The last of the line is Denix 9210 with his Red Bull. Magic
Binox
is trying to pull it away.
And Binox is trying to overtake Alex. He got a better traction.
He got a better traction. Bina goes on the outside, and he complete the maneuver with the medium tires. So Binox is third right now as
Now
he overtakes
Alonso-
the Sauber.
Alonso has to make a fast move if you want to keep following Binox.
Yeah. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the maneuver right here. He go on the inside, but was just a fake.
It's difficult because he has to make the move fast, but he can't be too aggressive or he will lose time anyway. So
And Adeo has just overtaken Danny 92, and he is up into 7th. There is plenty of action on track right now. Magic is pulling away the gap on Aresi. It seems like he is just a bit faster than the Red Bull drivers. Aresi now is still inside the 1 second margin to still activate the DRS in the 2 zones. And remember, we have 2 DRS zones right now. One is in the straight that the 2 leaders are approaching right now, and one is on the other straight, the main straight.
with the fact that 2 DRS are very close to each other, you can gain half of a second easily doing these 2 straights.
It is the conclusion of lap number 15 in Kuala Lumpur, and Aresi is still trying to attack Magic. They are pretty close to each other, but Magic is still maintaining the lead out of turn 1 and 2. Aresi pretty close right now.
And Alonso overtook Alex.
Yeah.
So he's now first, but he lost a bit of time to Binox. So
it seems like the
he lost
performance
the
of the... Now it seems that the performance of the drivers, the tires of Alex, they are losing a little bit of performance. There was also Creed 27 right in the back of the Sauber driver.
But anyway, Alex is doing a pretty good job because with 16 laps
Yes, he's
on the
managing
tires,
the tire very well.
yeah, he's not losing a lot of time. He's losing like, I think, 1 second per lap, so not bad.
Yeah, not bad. And Creed 27 is coming to catch and try maybe to overtake Alex. Adeo is now... Let's see which is the pace of Adeo. Adeo had some problems at the beginning of the race. He's on 38.5. Magic is on 38.3. So it seems like he have a pretty similar pace to the race leaders. Let's see, Adeo. We still have 40 laps to go. The race is still
Cree
very
trying on
long.
Alex, side by side in turn 1, and Cree is easily on the inside. Yep.
Easily on the inside with the DRS, and 327 grab P5 right in the beginning of lap 17. Now Magic, it seems to pulling away a little bit more, but with the DRS, Aresi is always gaining all the time. He lose in during his
other
lap.
sectors. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost
He
time in
gained-
the first 2 sectors, and then he gained everything in the 3rd sector with the 2 DRS zone.
He gained 8 or 9, 10th every lap. So
Yeah,
it will be difficult for Magic to put a gap between them.
Magic that set a 38.2, and Binox is on the same page, 38.2, but I remember that Bino is on medium tires, so it's a faster tires than the hard tires that Magic and Aresi have right now on their cards.
But now we are on the 6th lap after the stop, so
And it seems like Aresi is pretty close right now, closer than the other laps. Oh yes, it's very close right now. Let's see if he's going to try to regain the lead on Magic. Magic don't defend the position, and Aresi goes on the inside. They are side by side again, pretty close, and Aresi close the maneuver. But let's see if Magic is gonna be able to attack again the position of Aresi out of turn 3. He goes on the inside, but he was not enough. So
I don't-
Aresi going back to the lead.
but I don't understand this situation, because for me they better cooperate to get some time on the other driver and then head in the race, fight for the position. For now they on the same pace. They should not disturb each other.
Well, maybe they are convinced that they have a better pace one of the other. So maybe when Magic is behind, he do believe that he have a better pace of Aresi, and Aresi do believe the same thing when he's behind Magic. And Magic is
Yeah,
again
maybe
pretty
they
close
did.
right now. Magic trying on the inside, but it's just a fake right now. And let's see if he's going to try again to overtake Aresi. He's pretty close right now. He go on the outside as Aresi defend the inside line in turn 1, but it seems like Magic was not so convinced of this
And you think the situation,
of this overtake opportunity.
Binox gained 1 second this lap, so
Yeah, the
they
one
have
who's
to be
taking
careful.
advantage of the situation is Binox.
yeah. And
That
also
is
Alonso
right in
and
the
Cree.
back right now. He's right
Obviously.
at the back of the leaders.
And we have the first 5 drivers. They are in less than 5 seconds.
After 19 laps.
Yeah.
Adeo and Danny are still close to each other. Let me check.
Attention to
Adeo is-
Magic. Comes back behind.
Let's see, Magic. Well, it's gonna be a pretty tough battle between these 3 drivers. They are all fighting for the victory. But as I told you before, the race is still very long as we are on lap 19 of 56. Also remember that the weather forecast told us that we may have some rain in the second half of the race.
But for now the sky is pretty sunny.
Yeah. Well, as you know, the weather forecast is always something provisional.
There you go. The
There
fifth
is
Magic
nothing
is
certain
up.
about that. Let's see if Magic will try it again as Aresi again cover all the inside line into turn 1, and Magic on the inside closing the maneuver in the same way Aresi do on him, 2 laps ago. Magic rejoining the lead, but Rossi is again very fast in the exit of turn 2, and he goes on the inside again. He goes on the inside again, and he rejoined the lead with Magic trying. And
beautiful switch back.
They're wheel to wheel, side by side, and Magic again on the lead. They are giving an absolutely show right here. They are really giving everything that he have for the leader.
And the first 5 drivers are rejoining because now it's under the 4 seconds.
Yes, it's under 4 seconds. It's 3.9, and he's now gaining again time. 3.6, he gained 0.3 of a second only in the second sector to the leaders. It's a very strange situation.
Yeah, I think Rossi is faster on the straight than Magic because he loses a lot of time. He loses a lot of time on the second sector, but then when on the straight, he gains time every lap. And also when he's in front, Magic struggles to get a good speed on him.
And yes, so take a look at that. Rossi again, very close to Magic right here. Magic now going the center of the track, and Rossi must stay behind the Ferrari.
And I think the tire of Binox is starting to struggle because he is now not able to close the gap. And meanwhile,
even
Alonso
if they're battling against each other.
Yeah, and meanwhile Alonso and Kui are gaining some time from the first two.
Yeah. Yes, I told you when I saw Binox go on the medium tires during his pit stop, I told you that was a strange decision, because if these tires would last as long as the rain will hit the track, that will be a good strategy. But it seems like they're losing time right now, or they are not fast as they were in the first lap after the pit stop.
And Alex
I don't
pitted
think
this lap. I've just
Alex
saw
pitted this lap, so
yeah,
he's
in
now
11th place with the soft tires.
Soft tires. Those
And I
soft
think
tires.
also, go.
So maybe it means that this new soft tire will last for 15 or 16 laps, maybe. It means he will arrive approximately at lap 30, lap 37, lap 38.
Yeah, I think they can arrive to this lap, but it depends obviously from the strategy.
And as you told me before, Alonso is rejoining the back of the Red Bull of Binox, and it seems like he's closer right now.
And Simo, Adeo, and Danny 92 are both in the pit lane, so I think they made contact because they were both on hard tires, and I don't understand this bit unless they damage the car.
Maybe they trying to change their strategy. They were not convinced that the hard tires were the right choice, and they are trying something different.
The fact is that they both at the pit lane at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think they made contact also because they very back in the track right now.
And Stig in P8 still fighting with Yamzo for P7. It seems like a never-ending battle between these two drivers tonight.
And now Alonso as the DRS, so he's closing on Binox.
Yeah, he's closing up. So
and
for
also RS is very close from Magic.
So for the people who are watching us just from a few minutes, we are in Kuala Lumpur, and this is lap 23 on 56. F1 Italian Magic is leading the race on Jim Rossi. Then in third place we have F1 Racing Binox. in 4th, Alonso in 5th, Creed 27, 6th place for the Toro Rosso of Alexander, 7th place for the Stig and Yamzo. So Stig have overtaken Yamzo right now. Alex with the soft tires, he's in 9th.
Arresti, sorry.
Arresti has gone wide. Yeah, he lost I think 1 second, 1 second and a half.
Ooh,
Now
Arresti
Magic
wide,
has
and
to push hard. Yeah.
this will maybe a hard mistake for Arresti, because we saw the Sauber driver was able to stay right with Magic with the DRS, but now if he lose the DRS, he will maybe not able to catch again Magic for the lead.
And he has to watch his back because Linux is very close. So
And Alonso is closer too. So let me check. He is 1.2 seconds away, and he can't open the DRS right now.
look at the sky, Fleming. It's now cloudless.
Yeah, there are some cloud right on our head right now.
A very fast transition.
Yeah, very fast transition. We can still see some some sun. Oh, and Beanox is trying to overtake with the DRS Arresti. He goes on the outside right there, but he goes wide. And Arresti on the inside can defend his second place, and he's still second. Beanox stays behind. And now Beanox must watch his back because there is Alonso pretty close to him.
And see, the one who's gaining time in this battle is Magic.
Yes, Magic. Magic gained 0.3 of a second in the first sector. Then in 92, 136.7 set the new fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he is with fresh soft tires.
Yeah, and Alex is trying to overtake Yamzo and Stig. He already overtake Yamzo. He is now in 8th position, and he had the McLaren of Stig right in front of him.
Yeah.
And the clouds are getting darker right here.
By the way, I think that with these tires, they will be able to arrive at maybe another 10 laps, I think. So we'll see if they continue with these tires until the rain, or if they have to do another pit.
Let's see if Alonso is going to be able to overtake Beanox in this lap, but even Beanox have still the DRS as he is under a 1 second gap to Arresti. Arresti in this lap gained 1/10 of a second on Magic, 1.4. So let's see the pace. Magic is at a 138.0 against the 138.1 of Arresti, so the performance of the tire is still very good right now.
Yeah, and Alex in the last turn overtook Stig.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time before he was able to overtake. And Adeo with the fresh soft tires set the new fastest lap of the race with a 1:36.0. So Alex with his Sauber is now in 7th place, and he have the Toro Rosso of Alexander in front of him in 6th. The gap between these two drivers is just 2 seconds. 2 seconds between Alex and Alexander. Strange name association between these two drivers. Alex and Alexander. Magic is still gaining something in the second sector. He gained 2/10 of a second in this lap, and let's see what's gonna happen. As he was 1.4 and he's 1.5. Oh, and look at Beanox again, right in the back of Arresti, go on the outside line again, but he was a bit far, a bit more far in this lap, so he was unable to
Binox is
finish the
struggling
overtake.
in the last corner. He exits from the last corner, that it's a bit too far from Aresti to try an overtake.
Yeah.
And by the way, we have the first 5 drivers now in 6 seconds
And
because Kui is losing some time. And then we have
And
the
sorry, a will-to-will fight again between Stig and Yamzo overtake the McLaren for the 8th place, but Stig was very fast in the exit of the second corner. He goes on the outside on the right line, but not enough. Yamzo is still ahead.
the 6th driver, P6 is 30 seconds, half a minute from the leader. So it's like
Yeah.
we have 2 different races.
Yeah, it seems like we have 2 different races, as the difference between the 6th and the leaders, as we told just a few seconds ago, is half a minute, and you can see that the clouds are getting darker and darker. It seems like the weather forecast was right.
Yep.
We're just reaching the half of the race. This is lap 27 of 56, and let's check out the pace, as F1 Italian Magic set again 138.0 in this lap against the 137.9 of Aresi that gained 1/10 of a second. They are really close, even now that they are distant. Now that Aresi don't have the DRS, they are still on the same page. They are still on the same pace.
And Alex overtook Alexander for the 6th position.
And just let me take a look to the pace of
Stig.
Alex.
Stig.
Let's see what happened to Stig.
And Danny 92 broken front wing.
Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. Let's see where Stig. The McLaren of Stig is in P11 right now. Let's see where's Danny 92.
And I think also Yamzo has some issues because he's pretty slow too.
Well, let's see if they're gonna go back to the pit at the end of this lap. It will be a real disgrace, because if the rain is going to come in the next few laps, it's gonna be a tragedy for them. And Aresi in this lap, they still have the Red Bull right in his back. Let's see, Magic. 138.2 for Magic, 138.0 for Aresi, that gained 2/10 of a second in this lap on the leader. There is 1.4 second gap between Magic and Aresi. That is immediately followed by Binox and Alonso.
Danny, Yamzo, and also Stig are continuing. So although they didn't have damage during the contact, or the rain is very close, because there's no other reason possible.
The rain is very close, I do believe.
See now, Yamzo and Danny are really struggling to keep the car on the track. Look at the speed of Adeo.
Yeah, Adeo is much faster than them, and he already overtake the Red Bull of Danny 92, and he's now up into 8th place.
And they are on the same tires, so it's not a question of tire or tire wear.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Aresi is back in the DRS zone.
Yeah. It seems like Aresi have still something to say tonight. On lap, we are just in the half of the race, lap 29. So it's a battle between 4 drivers right now. Magic leading, then Aresi second, Binox third, and also fourth. A bit far, there's 327. That is, let me check, 7.4 from the leader.
But he isn't losing much time these laps. But he lost a little bit of time 3 or 4 laps ago. And now he is keeping the gap.
I think that Magic is struggling a bit with the tires because Aresi is pretty close right now.
He just did a little error.
Oh.
Maybe a little mistake for Magic.
Aresi is really close.
Yeah, it's really close.
He'll try something in turn 1.
Yes, turn 1 is the place where maybe Aresi will try again to rejoin the lead of this Malaysian Grand Prix, home of the 4th round of the 2016 Formula Europe Championship. And Aresi pretty close right now. Lots of room to go on the inside, but he stays behind with his Sauber number 91. And Binoxella and Alonso are still there. They are watching closely what is happening between the leaders.
The one that's struggling more is now Binox because he is always
he's on a softer
aggressive.
Compound.
Yeah, he's aggressive in the corners. I think he is trying to get everything he can from the tires right now.
By the moment,
as far as I can see, it starts raining. Just
oh
now.
yeah.
So now they have to choose the right time to go. Yeah.
The perfect time will be crucial.
It's very easy to lose time during the transition from dry to wet tires. One lap,
Magic.
And now the things are getting pretty tough for the drivers because, and oh, look at the back. There is Binox that is now attacked by the Renault Alonso.
Binox is wide.
And let's see, Binox is wide, but Alonso is ahead. And look at this. Binox trying to rejoin the third. He's trying to rejoin the third position. He go on the outside, but with the inside line, Alonso is faster than him, and he's third right now. So we were talking about the perfect time to choose the moment in which you can go to the pit and change your tires to probably the intermediate tires.
Yeah, because if you go in the pit lane to change the tires a lap later, you lose like 5-6 seconds. So it's very important to catch the right moment. And I think they wait until the DRS will be deactivated, and then they will pit. Yeah, because in with these methods, you're pretty sure that the track is dry enough, it's wet enough.
Well, it's a battle of nerves right there. Actually, it seems like no one is going back to the pit.
Now they have to maintain the calm because with the slippery situation, it's very easy to lose the car, to go wide.
It's the track is getting very slippery right now.
And look, Binox, how far he is from the first.
Yeah, he lost completely contact with the first three, and Magic complete the lap number 31, still in the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix in front of Aresi and Alonso.
Now I think now it's for wet tires.
I don't know, because I still don't see
Nobody,
any kind
nobody.
of aquaplaning from the cars.
And nobody is already on the intermediate tires.
Yeah, I do believe that they're gonna choose the intermediate tires first.
Maybe someone in the back will try to use the wet tires, but as you're in the first position, it's a risk.
Usually the leader never takes risks.
Yeah,
He always let the others do the first move.
exactly. Now I'm starting to see a little bit more of a steer from Magic, so look, they're really slow in the corners. Maybe this
You
lap
can see
or the following one.
and you can also see the teardrops falling down on the track right now, and he's getting wetter and wetter and wetter. Left. Now let's see if someone is going to choose to go back in the pit. And Magic goes in. Magic goes in, followed immediately by all the other two. So it's gonna be a very hard battle right here. Let's see what's gonna happen. The Ferrari box is the first one, so I do believe is going to exit first. Intermediate tires for Magic. He's ahead of Alonso, and he's also in front of and Alonso. No. Alonso is still in third place. Everybody in, everybody on the green tires, the intermediate tires. Yes, everybody is in the same lap.
And Binox is now really far from the first three.
Yes, he's pretty far right now. So this weather right now may change the difference between the drivers, because it seems to me that Magic is pulling away a little bit more right now. He already have 1.2 on Aresi.
Alexander jumped Alex in the pit lane.
And so he's back into sixth.
Yeah.
And Alex is pretty far from him. He's pretty far.
Alex, 5-second penalty.
Ah, yeah. That's why.
Yeah, that's stop and go.
So he occurred in a 5-second stopping or penalty. And Aresi is now 1.2 from the leader. Let's see if he's going to have the same pace he's shown us in the first part of the race when the track was dry. And now we're also gonna see if the rain gonna change something. 1.1 is still there. Let's see if there's any kind of battle in the other position. It seems like the drivers are not battling between each other right now.
No.
The Magic is still leading the race. Let's see what's gonna be the pace right now. This is going to be the first lap that will show us the real pace of the drivers with the intermediate tires. And it seems like in the second sector, Magic is a little bit more confident with its car. They are both really fast.
Yeah, the same, exactly the same pace, but Magic is more stable. Yeah, Aresi is understeer, oversteer everywhere. But
And Rossi must be also careful because Alonso is pretty fast and he's not so far from him. And there are also some lapped cars in front of them. They are still distant, but they're gonna catch them sooner or later. So the first lap from Magic with the intermediate tires was a 48.8 against the 49.3 of Alesi that lost half a second in this lap. Alonso set a 1:49.0, so he also gained 0.3 of a second of Alesi.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
And Alesi is still losing 0.2 of a second in the first sector.
But Alesi lost half a second in the last sector, so
Yeah.
yeah, we better see this lap because maybe
we're gonna check the
he made an
situation
error.
better. Alonso is still in his back. Oh, again, pretty wide.
Yeah,
in
Alesi
the
is
exit
pushing
of
to the
this
limit.
corner. Yeah, he's pushing like an animal right now, but he's really struggling with that car, as we were talking about before. Seems like he had
less
some
downforce.
problem more. Yeah, he has less downforce than the others. And Magic overtake the McLaren. The McLaren of Sabo. Magic is having a great pace right now. He seems like he's transformed with these tires, with these conditions.
And I think Quill 27 is closing to Binox for the first position.
And Magic close another lap in 1:48.5 against the 1:48.9 of Alesi. He again lost 0.4 of a second right now. Alonso is on the same pace as he's right in the back of the Sauber driver. Creed 27 his pace was 48.8 and 48.7. He's on the same pace of Alonso.
And Binox is now in 49, high 49. So Quill is gaining a lot of time.
Yeah, he's gaining almost 1 second per lap, as
Maybe
we
also
still have
Binox
20 laps to go.
At a very setup with very low downforce because he's losing a lot of time.
That can be a possibility. Now Alonso lost a little bit of time from Alesi.
And we have Danny 92 and Stig battling for P9.
Let's see what's happening between these two drivers. With Stig trying to defend his 9th place from the attacks of the Red Bull driver, Danny 92, representing F1 racing drivers, an Italian side. Now it seems like he didn't have the... He's not so close enough to try to overtake Stig right now.
Ooh, a little bit wide. Stig.
Yeah, Stig goes a little bit wide right now.
But that's to say that when it's raining, it's more difficult to overtake because you don't have the DRS.
You have to do it the old way.
Yeah.
Without DRS, you just have to show to everyone that you're really faster than the driver you have in front. Well, now it seems like Danny 92 is closer than he was in the lap before the Stig, but let's see if he's going to be able to attack. He goes on the inside and Stig goes on the outside line, but it was not enough as Danny 92 grabbed P9 and overtake Stig.
And Kree is now very close to Binox.
Kree is very close to Binox. We saw it before. He was almost 1 second faster per lap compared to the Red Bull driver. He's really right in the back of the Red Bull right now. Tried to go on the inside, but he rejoined back. And Binox is really struggling a lot. And look at Alonso. Alonso on the outside. Alonso on the outside of in the first corner, trying to overtake Rossi. And no, Rossi still resists.
Kree on the inside. Kree on the inside. Side by side in turn one.
Kree on the inside, side by side. Binox is still right there. They're really close to each other. Look at this. They almost lost this car. And it seems like Kree 27 got it. Yes, got it. P27 is now on fourth. And he's already pulling away the margin.
And now we have Simodeo trying to overtake Alex for P7.
Adeo right in the back of Alex. He is very, very fast for the first corner. He chooses to go on the inside, but he goes wide as he lock his front to his left. Ooh, look at this.
It's a lap car.
It's a lap car, yeah.
Oh.
I think that Adeo will not be very happy at the end of the race. Maybe, I don't know if the lapped car is the Mercedes of THC driver.
Yeah, him.
It's
error
it's
of
THC.
Kree 20.
Oh, Kree made an error.
Binox,
65
yes,
again.
Kree 27 make a mistake, and so Binox got the opportunity to have back the fourth place. And now we are in the same situation of the lap before, with Kree 27 again in the back of the Red Bull. Is again very, very close right now, but now Binox trying to protect the inside out of turn one. Kree 27 pretty close, go on the outside, was not enough right now.
Great defense from Binox.
Great defense from Binox, and now I don't know if Kree 27 will have an easily opportunity to overtake the Red Bull. He's trying again right now, going on the inside, but he go back in the race line.
Do you think they have to do another pit stop?
I don't think so. I think that these tires can last for at least half a race.
Okay. So no more strategy.
No, I don't think so. In the meantime, Magic is really pulling away the gap that he is now of 2.6 seconds on Rossi. He is gaining 3/4 per lap on the Sauber driver, representing Apex Online Racing from England. Kree 27 is still fighting.
Jamso and Stig for P10.
Jamso and Stig with Jamso on the outside of turn 3. They come to turn 4. And let's see if Jamso is going to be able to overtake the McLaren. No, it is not enough. He's still behind, and he almost loses the rear of his Force India at the exit of turn 4.
Stig is very struggling in the rain.
Yeah. And again,
he's losing
let's
a lot of
see.
position.
Aresi again brilliantly defend himself from the attack of Alonso, and again Creed 27 now go again on the inside of turn 1. Huge break for both drivers, and they're really close to each other, almost wheel to wheel. Ah, look at this! They are really close to each other again, wheel to wheel, with Creed 27 again behind Beanox.
And now
Try
Simo
again
there
on
in the
the-
last turn.
Yeah.
Is on the outside.
Oh, they are really close to each other again. They are trying to defend himself. He almost loses his car.
Better traction for Adele.
Great traction for the F1 Simo driver. And Alex
Oh,
trying
he's
to overtake him
wide.
again. He goes wide. But Alex was wide too, and he had to brake hard, as same as they have done.
It seems that it's not raining more.
Oh well, I was noticed that it seems like the rain
The rain
was
stopped.
not intense as it was before. This is
It's
lap
not
number
raining
14.
at all now, at the moment.
It's not raining at all. Oh yeah. So it's gonna be just a matter of time if the track will be able to get dry again, maybe also only on the racing line.
The racing line is already drying up.
Yeah.
You can clearly see it now.
Creed,
So now the
Creed
turntable
27
again.
overtake Beanox.
On Beanox, and he got it right now. He reclaimed the 4th place he lost before, and now you don't have to do any mistake if you want to maintain this position to the end.
You better try to pull away a bit, because now he is faster, but on the dry condition, Beanox was fast too. So now that he can, he have to open the gap.
And Magic gained 0.6 of a second in the last 2 laps on Aresi, and he is now 3.2 leads, and again improves. He gained 0.3 of a second only in the 2nd sector in this lap, and that means that Aresi is now 3.5 seconds from the leader of the Malaysian Grand Prix.
I think that in 2 or 3 laps they will have to pit.
And let's see what's
Yes.
gonna happen if we're gonna have a short race
I think everybody will
with the
be picking
new soft tires.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everybody. Because the first driver, the drivers in front, they all have a fresh softer. So I think that will be the strategy for everybody.
By now, Alonso is following Aresi like a shadow, but he was unable to really overtake the Sauber. And Magic
Alright.
is still gaining 3.8, 0.6 of a second in this lap gained.
Arrest is doing a great job defending from Alonso.
Yeah. And Adeo is having a good pace after he overtake Alex. Adeo is now on, let me check. Adeo is on a 49.4, while
We have-
Alexander.
We have Racing Danny, it's on medium tires.
Well,
So-
Alex is on a high 49, so Alexander, sorry. So Adeo is gaining almost 6/8 for a second for a lap.
Okay, I think that the track isn't ready yet for the dry tires, because Danny is very unstable in the car. He almost spun in the straight. So he's
Wow.
drifting now.
Oh, he's
Ooh.
really struggling with the car right now.
In fifth gear, the
The
car tends to
racing
spun.
line is pretty dry, but not enough for.
Magic in the pit.
Ooh,
Oh,
it's a high risk move.
Top
yeah, it's a
tires.
high risk move. Soft
Yeah.
tires for Magic, and
Alonso
Renault.
in the box
Aresi is the only one who continues. Aresi is the
Renault.
only one who continue.
and Cree. But
Cree and Beanock continue too.
Attention, RSC took 3 seconds.
Oh,
wait, the game crashed. Second one.
okay, try to rejoin. Anyway, it's lap 43 on the 56, and let's see if the strategy of Magic will be the right one. He was almost 3.8 seconds leading on Aresi, and now Aresi decide to stay out one lap more. And it seems like Magic is struggling a lot on the soft tires. Oh, look at this! He's really struggling, almost lost the rear of his car, and oh Lord, it's gonna be tragic for Magic if he's going to lose this lead. But it seems like the strategy is not working right now. Aresi is still on pretty decent laps. Let's see, Aresi is still lapping on the same time he got before, but as as the race director told us, he have a 3-second penalty, and Aresi go back to the pit. So let's see what's going to happen. Cree 27 in the pit, and Beanox continue with intermediate tires.
Cree in the box.
And Aresi is rejoining the track right now. Magic is on the finish line. I do believe he's going to be behind Aresi, and Aresi is leading the race. Aresi is leading the race again. Such a great mistake for Magic that lost the position on Magic. Remember, Aresi have a 3-second time penalty that will be added to his race time at the end of the race. So we're gonna check at the second sector, which is the advantage of Aresi on Magic. They are both on new soft tires, and Aresi is struggling same as Magic in his lap with his rear tires that are still not enough hot. They are still not in temperature. So Aresi have 3.8 seconds on Magic. So Magic have lost everything he got. He was 3.8 ahead of Aresi before it stopped for the pit stop, and now he is 3.8 behind. But,
Yeah, but
with a
be careful.
3-second penalty,
Yeah, you already said it. Yep.
Beanox in the
because
pits.
with a 3-second Beanox in the pits, it was he had no choice. Soft tires for him too. So Aresi is now 3.4 on Magic, and I was talking about that before. Aresi have a 3-second penalty, so it means that now he have just a 4/10 advantage of Magic. He's 3.4, with a 3-second of penalty, it means that he is 4/10 of a second leading on the Ferrari driver. And Alonso is fighting himself, fighting with Creed 27 for the 3rd place. Creed 27 is right at the back of Alonso, and Binox is behind them a bit more far. Magic is still gaining 2/10 of a second gain in the 2nd sector. He's 3.2 from Aresti right now. Oh, Alonso with a great control before braking for turn 14. He locked his rear tires and he almost lost the control of his car. He started a pendulum effect, but he was able to don't lose his car. But look at this, because Creed 27 is right in the back of the Renault, and he opened the DRS right now. Let's see if he's going to be able to attack. He's pretty close right now, defending the inside by Alonso, and there's a left car. It's a McLaren, and Creed 27 on the outside with a beautiful maneuver, but it's not over. It's not over because Alonso is still right there. And he is very close with Creed 27, not defended the inside, taken by Alonso in turn 4, and they are still very close with Alonso, still defending the 3rd place. What a battle! And Magic still gaining time on RSC. He is now officially under the 3-second. 2.9 second. By now he will be anyway with this distance the winner of the race. Ooh, Sebo is out. Sebo is out of the session. Let's see if we can find his car. We don't see yellow flag around the circuit right now. And he also seems like there's not going to be a safety car. We don't see what happened to him. And again, Creed 27 close to Alonso. Let's see if he's going to try again to overtake the Renault at the end of the finish line. Again, very close. Again, defending the inside for Alonso. Creed 27 going the outside. Huge break for Creed 27. They are still will to will. Now a good exit for Creed 27 out of turn 2, but Alonso is still very fast. Creed 27 tried to defend in the inside, but Alonso goes inside line 2, and he again defend brilliantly his 3rd place.
Yeah, and they have to watch their back because Binox is rejoining the group.
Magic is having a hell of a pace right now. He is 2.3 from Aresi. Let's see the last lap of these two drivers, because Aresi is on a 43.2 for Aresi. Magic, let's see, 42.7. 42.7, half a second gain by Magic in the last lap. And again, 2.1 second, 2/10 of a second gain in the 2nd sector for Magic. They are coming to the end of lap 47. 9 laps to go.
And in the back we have Jamza and Stig again battling for the position.
As I was talking about that before, it seems like a never-ending story between these two tonight. And And Creed 27 again, right in the back of Alonso. They are very, very close. Binox is behind them, but it seems like he's unable to rejoin these two. Who is gaining time is Adeo, that is clearly faster than Alexander, and he is now just 1 second away from the Red Bull, from the Toro Rosso. Maybe such an unlucky race for Adeo, because it seems like his pace is very good. He had some problems in the first phases of the race as he get back to the pit on the first lap to changing his front wing. Obviously, we're going to see after the end of the race what happened between these drivers.
Cree is very close this lap.
It's very close right now. It's very close, even a little bit more than it was in the lap before. And Magic is doing something unbelievable. He is 1 point... Let me see. He is 1.5 seconds away from Aresi. He is having an unbelievable pace right now. And look at Creed 27. He's right at the back of Alonso, who don't defend the inside now. Creed 27 got the opportunity to get the inside into turn 1. He completed the maneuver. And now let's see if Alonso is going again to have a good exit out of turn 2. He's close again. He's closing again. Creed 27 defending inside. Look at this maneuver. Such a dangerous maneuver with Alonso that trying to overtake Creed 27 just in the last second. They didn't crash really for an inertia. And Magic is losing a little bit of time right now. Is 1.9. There are still 7 laps to go till the end of this Malaysian Grand Prix here in Kuala Lumpur. And I don't want to be reaper of bad news. Aresi 1:36.2. It's the fastest lap of the race. 36.2 for Aresi, while Magic sets a 36.6. Aresi gained 4/10 of a second in this lap. And he have the car of Desimpele, the Force India of Desimpele right in front of him to lap. It's going to be a lapped car. And Alonso regaining the 3rd place on Creed 27. It's an amazing battle. It's an amazing battle between these two tonight. And it seems like Magic is getting closer right now.
He is 4
Magic
tenths
is getting
away
closer
from
again,
the
yeah.
arrest zone.
He's very close right now. You can see it visually. And he's getting closer to Aresi. And Adeo overtake Alexander. Adeo overtake Alexander for P6. He already overtake Toro Rosso a few laps ago.
And Cree now is losing some time from Alonso.
Yeah. He's losing some time from Alonso.
He has not the DRS right now.
Magic 1.4 from Aresi. Let's checking out the last lap of these two drivers. 36.8 for Aresi, 36.2 for Magic.
Yeah, but right now Magic is in a very comfortable situation because yeah, he is one
I think
second
he knows
behind,
that.
but he surely knows that Aresi has the 3 second penalty, so he has not the need to try and overtake. He can just relax in second position.
Yeah, I do believe that he knows that.
Yeah, yeah, I think yeah.
And now there's a Toro Rosso to be lapped, but
Right now
Toro
Magic
Rosso
has
is pulling away from the
also
road.
a DRS. I think
Yeah,
from the
he
last
opened the
car.
DRS maybe because he was in the
Yeah.
DRS zone before he overtake the Toro Rosso. And that's surely an advantage.
But he had
Let's see,
DRS again.
1.2.
So.
And it's the fastest lap of the race, 1:36.1. He is 1.2 seconds from RSC. He maybe don't want to win this race by finish second. He maybe want to win this race once and for all.
Yeah. You know, winning on the track is always better.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt about it. Now Yamzo have pulled away a little bit the gap on Stig. So the standing says that Aresi is leading the race, but with a 3 second penalty, it's Magic, the leader ahead of Aresi. Then we have Alonso, Creed 27. In 5th, Binox. 6th place for Rodeo. 7th, Alexander. Then we have Alex, Yamzo, and Stig. These are the first 10 drivers who's completing the point zone. Then we have Danny 92 in 11th place, Danix 12, Desimpele 13th, Davidos 14th, THC driver in P15, and then in the last place, retired from the race, we have Sabo. He's the only cars who retired from the race tonight. All the others, it seems like they are going to the end.
Magic is closer and closer every lap.
It's closer again. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. He can open the DRS. He have another pace right now. He's closer. He's closer. He's right in the back of Aresi. When we still have 3 laps to go. Sorry, 4 laps to go. He's right in the back of Aresi. Aresi protecting the inside, protecting the center of the track. But it seems like Magic is absolutely flying on these tires, and they are on the same tires. Oh, look at this. He's right
Magic
there.
Is a lot faster in the second sector, because even if he is behind the rest, so he should be struggling with the car. He is faster during every corner.
Yeah. Maybe there's one thing that may help Perez in this lap. Look at this. He almost touched the back of Perez's car. I was talking about the fact that there's one thing that may help Perez this time. He may have the opportunity to use the DRS if he's enough close to the Mercedes in front of him. Let's see. No. He can't use this, and look at Magic, how fast he is. He going on the inside, no, he stays behind. You want to use the DRS on this straight, on the main straight. They are completing lap number 53, sorry. Magic with the DRS, and it's a easily maneuver to rejoin the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix when there are still 3 laps to go till the end. Let's see if Aresi will try something to retake this position. But we were talking about before, his situation is critical because he also have a 3-second time penalty. So it means that he just not only have to overtake Magic, but he also have to gain 3 seconds in less than 3 laps.
Yeah.
And it's
The only
something
thing that
really
could
hard to do.
happen, yeah, it's an error of Magic.
Yeah.
There's no other chance for him.
Actually, it seems like there are no chance for Rossi to win the race when there are still 3 laps to go. Situation is Magic leading ahead of Rossi, then Alonso 327, Binox, Adeo, Alexander, Alex, Yamzo, Stig. These are the first 10 positions. And Magic, he can open the DRS too, as he was closer to the Mercedes right now, and he is also trying to pull it away from Rossi. They are closing now the 54th lap. We still have 2 laps remaining in this race, and Magic again improving the record with a 1:35.8, the fastest lap of the race. So we have less than 2 laps remaining, and it seems like Magic is about to be ready to get the victory here in Malaysia. He missed the chance to win the race 1 month ago in Budapest in the Hungaroring, but he is now ready to take the victory. This might be the 3rd victory in 4 races for F1 Italian team, who already won the first 2 rounds of the championship in Baku and Bahrain. 1 month ago in Hungaroring, the winner was Lib with the Renault for F1 Simu, and now Magic is ready to put F1 Italian team in front of all the others for one more time, for the 3rd time in this season. And well, it's been such a consistent race. Aresi was really fast too, but you know, when the drivers are so close to each other, the things that make the difference are just details.
Yeah, and I think that Aresi may have damaged the engine of the car because he is unable to gain time on Magic during the straights. Or he gained some time, but he is not as fast as he was in the first part of the race.
Maybe
Because it is a little bit strange that now he is much slower than Magic.
And while F1 Italian team by now has been a pretty dominant force inside the Formula Europe, F1 Italian team win 5 of the 6 races of the last championship, and he is now about to go 3 on 4 in this championship. So it means that the F1 Italian team have won 8 of the 10 races that the Formula Europe have been through in the last 2 years, and it's a pretty good number. Aresi is trying everything that he have in this last lap, but I don't think, as I told before, that there's going to be a chance for the Sauber driver, as he also have the penalty. So Magic is going to win the race. Magic wins the Malaysian Grand Prix ahead of Aresi from Apex Online Racing, and the 3rd place goes to a brilliant Alonso. It's a great race for the rookie. Alonso was that was for Alonso the first ever race in the Formula Europe Championship. Adeo, he's far from the leader, but he's gonna finish in 6th place.
And we have P4 for Creed 27 and P5 for Binox.
Yeah, sure. So it's as long as the other drivers are arriving to are arriving to the finish line, getting the checkered flag. As you know, we're gonna have all the drivers, the first 3 drivers, here with us tonight for an interview.
Alex crashed on the last
Wow.
straight.
So
You can see a
drivers
car.
are completing the race. Tig arriving right now in his 9th. Yamzo, and these are the final standing with Magic win the race in front of Aresi, then Alonso Creed 27 and all the others. With Adeo finished 6th, Alex 8th, Stig 9th, Yamzo in 3rd place. So we are just waiting for the drivers to join us for the post-race interviews. I'm sure they're gonna arrive as soon as they can. So Gianluca, what do you think? It's been a pretty tough race. The drivers have also had the fact that they had to face different weather condition, and here in Sepang it's always pretty tough to drive when the track is wet. What do you think about it?
It has surely been an entertaining race. We have a lot of action during the race, and I think that finally won the race the driver that was most complete, because Magic was faster during the first stint on soft tires. He was faster during the hard tires, and he was the fastest during the wet section of the race. So I think he made a difference during the intermediate tire stint.
And so I do believe that we already have the winner and the second of tonight's race right here with us tonight. So I welcome with us on board to the winner of the race, F1 Italian Magic. And we also have Jim Aresi with us. We're also waiting for Alonso from F1 Simu. But I'm gonna start to ask something to, of course, the winner of the race, F1 Italian Magic. I'm gonna make the question in Italian, and then I'm gonna translate in English. I don't know, Gianluca, maybe you want to translate what I'm gonna tell to Davide?
Well, if you want, so you can do it. It's
we
the same
can
for
we can use 2 different voices to do that. It's maybe
okay.
something bad. Allora Davide, ottima gara, ovviamente complimenti per la vittoria. Una gara dura, tu e Aresi avevate passi simili, poi però l'allungo decisivo con le gomme da bagnato, l'errore di rientrare un giro prima dove hai praticamente perso di nuovo tutto, e ancora una volta uno stint finale super con un passo che sembrava di un altro pianeta.
So Magic, it has been a very tough race. You got a nice first 2 stint, and then you get a great push during the intermediate tire stint. Then you made an early pit stop. You lose some times there, but then you got a super last stint and you won the race.
Eccomi, niente, è stata molto dura, soprattutto perché diciamo che io stasera non dovevo correre, mi sono allenato solo un'oretta stasera prima della gara, quindi non pensavo di essere così veloce. In qualifica purtroppo ho sbagliato i miei 2 tentativi con le soft, ho trovato traffico e quindi sono partito settimo, però una volta partita la gara avevo un gran passo, infatti ho recuperato pian piano tutte le posizioni, sono andato a prendere Aresi e da qui ho iniziato la gara con lui. Non capivo come mai quando io ero davanti lui riusciva, stava dietro, invece quando ho provato a farlo andare davanti lui cioè io dovevo quasi inchiodare nelle curve per non tamponarlo, non so se era una cosa volontaria oppure se davvero non ne aveva, e riusciva a starmi dietro solo con il DRS. Comunque niente, poi con le gomme intermedie ottimo passo, ho messo 3 secondi e mezzo di gap, che purtroppo ho perso perché ho fatto una stupidata, che sono rientrato un giro prima per rimettere le gomme d'asciutto, e niente, poi fino a 9 soft, lui penso che le aveva usate dalla qualifica, quindi sono riuscito ad andarlo a prendere. E ultimo giro a cardiopalma, ho chiuso tutte le porte, però ci voleva. Sono contento per il team, contento per me dopo la gara dell'Ungheria, quindi molto bene, sono contento.
So yeah, it has been a very tough race. I've got cold at the last moment, so I didn't practice a lot for this race. And in the qualifying session, I've made a mistakes in both my 2 laps. So I started 7 on the grid. And by the way, I had a great pace during the race, so I started gaining positions, and in the intermediate stint, I gained 3.5 seconds that I after lost due to my error with the strategy. But then I pushed during the last stint, and I think that maybe Alessi had the tire from the qualifying session, so a little bit rarer than mine. And the last lap was awesome. I closed all the possibilities to Alessi, and yeah, I won. I am happy for the team, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, perfect. I do believe that we lost the connection with Alessi, and unfortunately, we have some problems with the microphone of Alonso. I do believe that we we are already come to the conclusion of this race. So, first of all, I have to thank all the guys that have been right here with me tonight. So thanks to the race director tonight, that was Lopensky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks also to my broadcast partner tonight, that was Gianluca. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everybody.
And also, of course, thanks to the man who made all of this possible. I'm talking about the broadcast director, and also the streamer director, the man who creates all the graphics you see during our live broadcast. And I'm talking about Bandicoot92. Thank you so much, Bandy.
Thanks. Good night.
Okay, so we are really come to the end of this live broadcast of this Malaysian Grand Prix. So I remember that we are just 2 races away from the end of this championship. We're gonna race in 2 of the most beautiful tracks in Formula 1 history, as we're gonna go in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix on June 29, and then we're gonna have the grand finale of this championship in the beautiful circuit of Spa-Francorchamps on July 13 for the 6th and last race of the championship. So I remember to you the schedule of the championship: June 29 Italian Grand Prix in Monza, and July 13 Belgian Grand Prix in Spa-Francorchamps. These are going to be the last 2 races of the championship. So it's really everything for tonight. We really thank you we really thank every one of you for following us here tonight. We are waiting for you for the next race, and so it's really everything. I have nothing more to say. Thank you so much. Good night, and see you in the next race. Bye.